What's up, everyone? Welcome to Top 15 Video. Today, we are diving into something absolutely insane. We're going to count down the top 15 best-selling video games of all time. I'm talking about games that have sold hundreds of millions of copies. The numbers we're about to see are so massive they literally break your brain. Can you even imagine a game selling more copies than the entire population of most countries? It's wild. We're going to look at what made these games so legendary. Before we jump into this crazy list, I have a challenge for you. I want to see if we can get 100,000 likes on this video. If you're a gamer, if you've ever played any of these legendary titles, or if you just want to see some mind-blowing statistics, smash that like button right now. Also, if you're new here, you're going to want to subscribe. All right, are you ready? I've got the list right here, and some of these might actually surprise you. To the undisputed champion, the single best-selling video game in the history of the planet. Let's get this countdown started. Kicking off our list at number 15 is a modern Titan Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2019. This game didn't just sell well, it was an absolute juggernaut, moving over 30 million copies worldwide. Think about that for a second. That's like the entire population of Australia buying one game. This wasn't just another entry in the series, it was a complete reboot, bringing back legendary characters like Captain Price and Ghost. Then they dropped Warzone, a free-to-play battle royale that took the world by storm. This strategy was genius. Coming in at number 14, we have a game that became a global phenomenon at the exact moment the world needed it most. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. It launched in March 2020, and if you remember what was happening then, you know why it exploded. The world went into lockdown, and this game became a virtual paradise. People weren't just playing this game, they were living in it. They were hosting virtual birthday parties, weddings, and even talk shows inside their islands. Selling over 45 million copies is a testament to its power to provide comfort and joy, proving that sometimes the most peaceful games can make the biggest noise in the sales charts. At number 13, we have a game that is a masterclass in storytelling and world building. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. This game has sold over 50 million copies to prove it. That is an insane achievement for a single-player, story-driven RPG. The Witcher 3 did it with pure quality. It won hundreds of Game of the Year awards. The world is breathtakingly beautiful. Skellige, Novigrad. Every side quest feels like a main story. The characters are complex. The success elevated CD Projekt Red into the top tier and led to the hit Netflix series. This game is a landmark achievement in gaming history, period. Now we're going way back in time for number 12 to an absolute legend of the arcade. It's Pac-Man. This game has sold over 45 million packaged software units. It's one of the most recognizable characters on planet Earth, right up there with Mickey Mouse. This game is pure, simple, addictive genius. You're a yellow circle, you eat dots in a maze, and you run away from ghosts. But if you eat a power pellet, you can turn the tables and chase them. This simple concept created a worldwide phenomenon back in the 1980s. It was so popular, it caused a national coin shortage in Japan. That is not a joke, that actually happened. Even today, decades later, everyone knows Pac-Man. It has been ported to virtually every console and device imaginable, proving you don't need photorealistic graphics to sell millions and become a legend. Get ready to stand up for number 11, Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus. Combined, these games sold an absolutely bonkers 43.8 million copies. This wasn't just a game, it was a fitness revolution in a box. It came with the Wii Balance Board, a wild accessory that could weigh you and sense your balance. Nintendo literally sold tens of millions of bathroom scales that could also play video games. The whole idea was to make exercise fun and accessible. Instead of going to the gym, you could do yoga, strength training, aerobics right in your living room with a virtual trainer guiding you. Suddenly, entire families, from kids to grandparents, were getting together to check their Wii Fit age and compete in virtual push-up contests. It brought gaming into households that would have never considered buying a console otherwise. Cracking our top 10 is an indie game that played with the big boys and won, Terraria. This game has sold over 44 million copies, which is absolutely mind-blowing for a game that started with such a small team. It's often described as a two-dimensional Minecraft, but it's so much more than that. Terraria is a massive adventure focused on combat, exploration, crafting. The sheer amount of content in this game is insane. There are thousands of items, hundreds of enemies, and over 24 bosses to fight. What makes Terraria so special is its incredible depth and the freedom it gives you. The progression from a weak character to an all-powerful hero is one of the most satisfying in all of gaming. Terraria is the ultimate underdog story, proving you don't need a billion-dollar budget to create a masterpiece. Saddling up at number 9, a game that set a whole new standard for open-world realism and storytelling. This masterpiece from Rockstar Games has sold over 61 million copies. The hype for this game was off the charts. It had the biggest opening weekend in entertainment history, over $725 million in just 3 days. The level of detail is breathtaking. You have to eat, sleep, even clean your guns. NPCs remember you. The world feels alive. The story is an emotional, gut-punching epic. Arthur Morgan, one of the greatest protagonists in video games. This isn't just a game, it's a work of art. At number 8, we've got the games that started a global obsession: Pokémon Red, Blue, Green, Yellow. Combined, these original Game Boy titles have sold an astronomical 47.5 million units. This wasn't just a game, it was the birth of a phenomenon. Back in the mid-90s, these little cartridges took over playgrounds and classrooms all around the world. The simple but brilliant concept of gotta catch 'em all was pure magic. The world of Kanto, with its 151 original Pokémon, became a second home for a whole generation of kids. The journey to collect all 8 gym badges, defeat the Elite Four, and become the Pokémon League champion was an epic adventure that fit right in your pocket. But the real genius was the social aspect. You had to trade with your friends to complete your Pokédex. Since some Pokémon were exclusive to each version of the game, this made it an incredibly social experience. The success spawned a massive franchise with trading cards, an anime series, movies, and merchandise. These simple 8-bit RPGs laid the foundation for one of the highest-grossing media franchises of all time. Racing into the number 7 spot is the king of kart racers, Mario Kart 8, and its definitive Switch version, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Together, these games have sold an absolutely unbelievable 70.4 million copies. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe alone has sold over 62 million copies, meaning it's been purchased by almost half of all Nintendo Switch owners. That is one of the most insane attachment rates for a game ever. The secret to Mario Kart's success is that it's pure, chaotic fun for everyone. The items, like the dreaded blue shell, act as a great equalizer, making sure every race is an unpredictable, hilarious mess right up to the finish line. It's just the perfect party game. With its beautiful HD graphics, anti-gravity racing, and a massive roster of characters and tracks, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the ultimate version of the game. Now for number 6, we have the game that saved the video game industry, Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System. This game has sold over 58 million copies across its various releases. After the video game crash of 1983, a lot of people thought home consoles were just a fad. Then in 1985, this game came along bundled with the NES and changed everything forever. The gameplay was revolutionary. The controls were tight and responsive. The level design was genius, teaching you how to play without any tutorials. The world was filled with secrets like hidden blocks and warp zones. Running and jumping through the Mushroom Kingdom as Mario to save Princess Peach from Bowser was an adventure that captivated millions. It defined the platformer genre and set a standard for game design that is still studied today. Selling over 58 million copies is incredible, but its true legacy is in creating the foundation for the modern video game industry as we know it. Dropping into our top 5 is the game that ignited the Battle Royale firestorm, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG. This game has sold a colossal 75 million copies on PC and consoles. Before PUBG, the Battle Royale genre was a niche mod for hardcore PC gamers. After PUBG, it became the biggest genre on the planet. This game changed everything. The concept is brilliantly simple and brutally intense. 100 players parachute onto a massive island, scavenge for weapons and gear, fight to be the last one standing as the map slowly shrinks. PUBG's more realistic and tactical approach set it apart. It wasn't about building or abilities. It was about positioning, strategy, and pure gun skill. The adrenaline rush of getting that winner-winner chicken dinner is one of the most satisfying feelings in gaming. It became a massive hit on streaming platforms, defining a whole new era of online multiplayer gaming. 75 million copies sold is a testament to its revolutionary impact. At number 4, we have the game that came bundled with a revolution, Wii Sports. This game has sold an insane 82.9 million copies, making it the best-selling single-platform exclusive of all time. The reason for this astronomical number is that it was packed in with the Nintendo Wii console. It was a simple, brilliant demonstration of the Wii's motion controls featuring 5 simple sports. You didn't use complex buttons, you just swung the Wii remote like you would a real tennis racket or a bowling ball. This intuitive design broke down all barriers to entry. Suddenly, video games weren't just for kids or hardcore gamers anymore. Grandparents were bowling strikes against their grandchildren, and families were holding living room tennis tournaments. It was a social phenomenon. It was featured on news segments, in retirement homes, and at family gatherings across the globe. Wii Sports made video games a mainstream family activity like never before and introduced an entire generation of non-gamers to interactive entertainment. Entering the top 3, we have an absolute immortal of the gaming world, Tetris. Pinning down the exact sales of Tetris is almost impossible because it's been on every single platform known to man. The paid mobile downloads alone exceed 425 million, and the original Game Boy version sold over 35 million. It's estimated that combined sales across all platforms are well over 520 million. The game is perfection. Falling blocks of different shapes descend from the top. Your goal is to rotate and move them to form solid horizontal lines, which then disappear. It's simple, but endlessly addictive. It's a puzzle that taps into our desire to create order out of chaos. Playing Tetris can induce a state of flow where the world fades away. It's been scientifically studied for its positive effects on the brain. From its origins in the Soviet Union to becoming a worldwide sensation bundled with the Nintendo Game Boy, Tetris has transcended gaming to become part of global culture. It's a game your parents played and your kids will probably play too. Its timeless appeal lies in its simplicity and depth. It doesn't need a story or fancy graphics, just pure, perfect gameplay. Tetris is more than a game. It's a phenomenon, and its sales numbers are in a league of their own. In the runner-up spot at number 2 is the unstoppable, record-shattering behemoth, Grand Theft Auto V. This game has sold more than 200 million copies. That number is so big it's hard to even comprehend. It is the best-selling entertainment product of all time, not just in gaming, but across all media except for our number 1 spot. It has generated more revenue than any movie or album ever made. The success of this game is on a scale that is simply unprecedented. GTA V launched back in 2013 on the PS3 and Xbox 360 and was an instant masterpiece. Its massive, detailed open world of Los Santos was a technical marvel. Its story, following 3 different protagonists, Michael, Franklin, Trevor, was a gripping satire of modern American life. But the single player was just the beginning. The real reason for its incredible longevity and sales is Grand Theft Auto Online. This ever-evolving online world has kept players coming back for over a decade. Rockstar has continually supported GTA Online with massive, free updates, adding heists, businesses, new vehicles, and countless activities. It allows players to live out their wildest criminal fantasies in a shared world with friends. The game has been released across 3 separate console generations and continues to sell millions of copies every single year. It's a cultural icon, a technical marvel, and a business model that has changed the industry forever. 200 million copies sold is a legacy that may never be matched. Almost. And here it is, the number 1 best-selling video game of all time. With over 300 million copies sold across every platform imaginable, the undisputed champion is Minecraft. This is it, the biggest game on the planet. 300 million. That's more than the population of almost every country on Earth. The scale of Minecraft's success is just on another plane of existence. It started as a small indie project by one person, Notch, and grew into a global cultural force that has defined a generation. Minecraft gives you a world made of blocks and tells you one thing: do whatever you want. There are no rules, no objectives, just pure, unadulterated freedom and creativity. You can survive the night and fight monsters in survival mode, or you can build anything you can possibly imagine in creative mode. People have built entire cities, working computers, and recreations of the entire planet Earth inside this game. It is the ultimate digital Lego set, a platform for endless creativity. Its simple, blocky art style makes it accessible to anyone, and its deep crafting and exploration systems keep players hooked for thousands of hours. It's a playground, a social space, and an educational tool used in schools all over the world. Minecraft has transcended being just a video game. It's a cultural institution. It is played and loved by people of all ages, from young kids to adults, creating mind-bogglingly complex structures. 300 million copies sold and counting. Minecraft is, without a doubt, the king. And that is the list. The top 15 best-selling video games of all time. The numbers are just staggering, right? From Call of Duty's modern dominance to Minecraft's 300 million copy empire. These games haven't just sold well, they've shaped the world of entertainment and become a huge part of our culture. It's crazy to think about the millions of hours of joy, excitement, creativity these games have brought to people all over the globe. Did your guess for number 1 make the list? Let me know down in the comments which of these games is your favorite and how many hours you've sunk into it. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I can't tell you how much I appreciate every single one of you who tunes into these videos. We put a ton of work into them, and seeing your support means the world. If you had fun, if you learned something new, or if you were just blown away by the sheer scale of these sales, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Let's see if we can get it to 100,000 likes. It helps the video reach more people, and it lets me know you want to see more countdowns like this. And of course, if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, so you can be the first to see our next crazy video. We have so many more epic top 15 lists planned, blurred teaser clips of upcoming videos. Thanks again for hanging out with us here at Top 15 Video. We'll see you in the next one.